Hey everyone, it's time to do some building. Or, at least try to do some building. We know how bad I am. But because it's spooky season, I'm going to be building spooky themed things, and instead of having a prompt or any time challenges, we're just going to freestyle it and see how well I do. So, do you think this will be a disaster, a success? Either way, I think I'm going to be surprised, and maybe you will too. So my first idea is to build a giant pumpkin, because, well, I like pumpkins. Not to eat, but aesthetically I think they're pretty neat. Some sort of circle shape like this. Although, pumpkins aren't really spheres, they sort of have a squashed shape to them. Okay, Yang, what do you think? Is that a good shape and size for a pumpkin? How do we like this sort of shape? It's not really like a circle, it's sort of a rounded square-esque thing. I feel like that might be good for a pumpkin. This is a massive build, by the way. Okay, this is bad. This is bad. This is not a pumpkin shape. I thought if I made a cross-section to get the shape from this side really nice, then it would work out alright, but it's not going so well. We'll try and fix this. So what do we think of this pumpkin? It's better than I expected, not amazing. I don't know if he needs a nose or not. Maybe, maybe not. We'll leave the nose for now. Question is, does that work or not? I'm not convinced. It might just be... I might just use brown here. I think the brown does add a nice layer of depth. Yeah, I think that looks better, the brown. I should have tried it with the terracotta first, but it's okay. Oops. Now for the pupils, sort of the light here coming from the eyes, I was going to go with redstone torch because it's eerie and red, and it would work. Kinda. But seeing as we have the new copper stuff, why don't we try a copper torch? Question again, how's that look for a pupil? Like the light coming from it? Yeah? Do we think that's okay? I think that's okay, for now at least. Does that look good or bad? I'd say bad. Let's just get rid of this and pretend it never happened. So I've added a little bit of mud around this guy just to make it like he's actually in a proper place, but I need to add some more terrain and stuff and really make it flesh out. Okay, that's not too bad, but it's tiny in comparison to this dude. I need to do a lot more of this. Okay, there's a bit of terrain now, so I'm happy with that. Needs to be a lot more, really, to fit the scale of this build, but oh well, this will do. Now what do we think about a roof like this? It's a little more curved, it looks a little scuffed, doesn't it? How can we fix this? I think it's this bit here. You need to be more like that. Yeah. That's it. Right, can we fix this with some moss, perhaps? How does this work? Is that too much for, like, overgrown vines and stuff? I don't think it is. We could even have, like, almost bush-like stuff. I don't know if these leaves would work or if they're too vibrant. I guess if we try some, like, here. I'll be honest, I really don't like the shape of the roof. I've tried doing something a bit different, tried going for a more rounded thing, and, well, that's how it turned out. Of course, I think it makes sense to add context for the giant pumpkin, so if we just throw in a big old pumpkin patch here, decorate it a little with these leaves, that looks alright. Maybe a dead bush or two. Okay, I quite like this build now. Only thing I'm wondering is, do we give him, like, sort of these planty tendrils and he's, like, coming to attack everyone? Or is he more friendly? Because at the moment, he looks a bit sinister. I don't know what sort of plant-like limbs a pumpkin monster thing would have. But would it sort of come out like this, and would it spread sort of like roots, so then you'd have like branching ones? Maybe this one goes like down, for example. Like, what do we think? Is that good, or is that kind of rubbish? Because personally, I don't actually hate it. I mean, I'm just starting with working on organics, so I'm probably gonna mess up on these shapes. Like maybe this branch needs to be a bit more beefy or something. But I don't know, I think it looks alright. Are you seeing the vision here? Like, giant pumpkin monster sort of comes out, attacks everyone maybe. Not necessarily, he might not be like a bad guy. Perhaps he stretches out a wing and all of a sudden he starts to sing. No harm was meant, he's a noble beast. I mean, that was a dragon, but still. Yeah, I don't know, I think that's alright. I don't know if anyone else agrees with me, but you're not building this. I am. Like, would vines be good or not? I think it almost works better without, because the pumpkin doesn't really have any sort of texture to it. So I'm gonna try without, and if you think otherwise, then let me know in the comments. Alright, I've been putting it off, but I guess we should do the interior of this spooky house. And maybe that could be the end of this video, and then a few more of my other ideas we can save for another time if you like this video. Yeah? Is that a deal? So if you guys like the video, or comment, or both, or subscribe, or any of that, then that'll let me know you guys want to see more of this. Because I've got a few cool ideas to add to this, and we can expand this scene, and just, yeah, make it look really cool and spooky for spooky season. Okay, so it's time for the big reveal. I don't really feel like there's much to show off here, but here is our giant pumpkin monster thing. Maybe he needs teeth. You know, maybe let me know how you guys would do the mouth there. But I like his spooky eyes, they almost sort of follow you, especially from a distance. Like, he's kind of glancing this way, and then you move this way, and he's kind of glancing that way. That's just a parallax effect. The stalk I don't like, but whatever. You can see he's got these, I call them like planty tendril things. I don't know what you'd call them. I guess vines or something. And yeah, maybe he's sinister, maybe he's, you know, gonna cause terror, or maybe he's gonna be friendly. I haven't decided yet, so yeah, anyway, he comes from this pumpkin patch, so the person who lives in this, I guess you'd call this a cottage? Maybe more like a cabin. I don't like the roof. I should have used, like, spruce wood or something. at least to like frame it, but oh well. But yeah, whoever lives here in this cabin in, well, not in the woods, but he's a pumpkin farmer guy, I guess, so he's got this little pumpkin patch. Some of them are carved, maybe on their own volition, maybe by someone, who knows. And then we come to this house, and I just sort of like threw on, ignore that side, I threw on a bunch of foliage and things, a few little details here and there. I don't think that works like that, maybe that's better this way. That's more in line with what I've done for the rest of the corners. I tried more green vine, I don't know if I like it or not. Yeah, we really just ignore this side for now. But yeah, I threw on some pale moss and pale leaves and stuff. There's the carpet, there's some just mossy stone. Little, not a balcony, like a porchy thing, I guess. Because it's raised up. You can go inside. I don't really know who lives here, so I've thrown on just random, kinda spooky but not super spooky stuff. So like there's candles lit here on the table. I use the new shelves a lot just to try out like how they work and how they look. Used the copper lamp as well, the lantern. I think that's nice. Threw in a bunch of the hanging stuff, chains and moss. You know, a cauldron. I don't know what this is, but I thought it looked cool. Maybe put it the other way. I don't know. You know, some sort of support structures perhaps here. Didn't know what to put on this table, so crystal, sort of a bookshelf, some paintings. You can come up here. There isn't that much space, so I've just, you know, threw on some hanging stuff, some lanterns, this little shelf. Unfortunately, because of the way that this is, you can see everything kind of floats, so I haven't really done anything with this upstairs bit, so let me know what you guys think I should do in this attic-y thing. But yeah, that's really it. I don't know what else to show off on this build. And yeah, that's all for today, but look for part 2, hopefully Halloween I'll try and get that out for. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, be sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff, really appreciate the support, and yeah, with that, take care.